Hey, Markel and Cedric, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Doing great.
Great, great. How would you describe so far early on in camp with having four guys on the defensive side and kind of balancing that leadership between the captains? How has that worked out for you guys? Would you say?
I would say it goes pretty well. We kind of know our role. We all have different personalities, and we kind of just use that to kind of lead the team. And I think that in every instance that we've had so far, we've done a good job, kind of putting it together through all of us, trying to figure out who has like the best characteristics for whatever problem that kind of comes up.
Yes, sir. I would agree with Marquel. I think we cater the traits that we all have to the situation, and I think there's never really any conflict with it. And we lean on other leaders in the team, guys on the offensive side of the ball, other guys on the defensive side of the ball, and it's by committee. It's no one guy. We just all do it by committee, and it's been going well.
Can both of you talk about the talent that you have returning in the secondary, and what do you think? Like, what are some of the goals back there this season for you? I know Coach Woody said you guys are certainly playmakers back there, and maybe if there's the pass rush will create maybe even more opportunities for you guys this
Yes, sir. I'll speak on that. I'll say we have a large amount of talent coming back, and a good amount of talent coming in as well. And what we have to do now is defenses have seen us, or offenses have seen us on the field and how we play, and we have to just be able to adjust quickly and be able to continue to study up and play fast. And the talent will show with the work. Talent only gets you so far, and we have plenty of it. But more importantly, we have guys that carry by each other and guys that work really hard, especially on that back end. And we pride ourselves on bringing up the younger guys. So if their number's called, they're ready to play. And that's just how we carry ourselves on the back end.
And to kind of answer on your goals, we just want to get the ball back. Like that's our job. Stop the offense and then get the ball back, or do whatever we can do to put our offense on the field, because we know what our offense is able to do and what their capabilities are. And so that's really our number one goal.
All right, Aaron Summers.
You mentioned that each of you have different, I guess, what did you say? Strengths as leaders. What would you kind of characterize each of your strengths on that side?
All right, I'm gonna make it's a little kind of joke that we have. So we got Nolan, he's the muscle. Eric, he's the muscle. We got Ced, he's the hero, and I'm the voice. It's just like something that we got that Ced said the other day. It was kind of funny. So, but no, Cedric and I feel like we're really big on like kind of just trying to get people going. Like we're energy. And Nolan and Eric, they are the example of what you want to be when it comes to work ethic, knowledge in the game, and just the people that they are. So I kind of just say that, I don't know, it's cool because me and Cedric are kind of alike, and then Nolan and Eric are kind of alike, but we all kind of have just something that one special thing about us that stands out, and I can't really pick like each one, but it's all different, and it's pretty cool to see like how we kind of come together and how we lead together.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think he said it perfectly. I can't even add anything onto that. I would agree that me and Marquel are similar, and trying to get guys cranked up, ready to practice for having a bad day, just getting guys going. And Eric and Nolan do that as well, but also I know I can look at them and look at what they're doing and see their work ethic, and it just makes me want to go even harder. So I feel like that's their biggest strengths, those two, as well as their vocal leadership.
All right, Ken Kreitzer.
Good afternoon, Cedric and Markel. Good to see you both. Just on that point, four captains on the defense, how do you communicate, lead, work with players on the other side of the ball on offense and other parts of the team?
We have a leadership council. We have offensive players on that leadership council. We let them do their role. Like, I don't know the offense. I don't know what the B-back is doing. I don't know the offensive play, so I can't really come at them and try to step on their toes. Like, everyone has a role in this team, and our leadership council, guys like Dean Powell, Noah Knapp, like, I believe in them. I know that they're going to get the offense going, but what we kind of do is we challenge them. When it's verse O versus first D, like, we're chopping at the mouth. We're pushing them to the max, and I think that's what we do to kind of make sure that they're doing okay, even though we know they're doing okay. But I think just challenging them in those type of periods and just things in that nature, I think that's how we kind of lead the offense.
Yeah. And I would say that I think the role of a captain, whether it be offense or defense, is to uphold the standard and to be, a model of the standard and to call it out when it's not being held. And I don't think it matters what side of the ball you're on to be able to do that. It just so happens it's all defense this year. But like he said, there's numerous guys on the offensive side of the ball who are just as worthy of this position. And they do a great job of holding themselves accountable. And as a team, that's just the role of us to just uphold that standard.
And maybe just ask you both about, we heard from Coach Woody, and we asked him about what he did when he came in to help the team become effective. And he said he listened to the players, listened to the seniors on the team, perhaps. How is it, maybe you could describe working with Coach Woody and how it's gone and why it seems to work so well?
Yeah, so Coach Woody, he's very player oriented, and he has a lot of things in his toolkit, but he's gonna bring out what suits us best, what suits his players the best. And I think that's what he was referring to when he made that comment. He won't put us in uncomfortable situations if he knows that, we're not as good at doing something. But he just always seems to put us in great positions, great spots with the playbook, with the calls, with signaling, with every piece of everything that we do. And if something's not working, he'll ask for feedback, and we'll give him feedback, and then he'll go back to the drawing board if need be. And he's a great coach for that. I think that's a great way to have a successful organization, a successful defense.
Very good, Marquel.
And just to kind of add, I think we connect with Coach Woody because this team is filled with energy. You come into our weight room, you see from the first time Coach Hughes comes out there, everyone is riled up, and just going crazy. And that's Coach Woody. He has like little moments where he can really just flip that energy up and flip that energy on. And it's just, I feel like once our energy is kind of connected, it was just boom, everything just started to connect and everything was just going, and it just felt good. And he's very trustworthy, like when you can trust a coach, which you can trust any coach on our staff, things just start to go. And like when he starts to, like Cedrick was saying, like when he was explaining how he can call a play and put us in a situation, and when you go watch that film and you see how a call that he made put us in a situation to create a turnover or to make a big stop, like you just get confidence in that, and you get confidence in him. And I think he did a good job of gaining our confidence.
Thank you both.
Sir, thank you.
Ken McMillan.
Gentlemen, you obviously had a great defense last year, #1 overall, and I think Coach Woody said #2 in the pass defense. When you learned that, how did that make you feel? What kind of an accomplishment was that for you as a unit?
It was great. Last year was hard. It was tough. COVID, not knowing if we were going to have a game this week, that was big. And just to know all the work that we put in from the summer to the last week of our season, like it felt good, that it was a great feeling, just really just that accomplishment, like to know that the work that you put in was worth it. The work that you put in made something happen. And I don't know, it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, and I can just recall the day after when we got back to West Point after we lost to Navy, after the 5-8 season, and we sat in this meeting room and we just spoke about things we wanted to do, and we just put boots on the ground and went to work, and to have that accomplishment, looking back on the season, it was just amazing. It was huge. It was tough. COVID year, not having a spring ball, all these things that we could have folded. We could have settled for another losing season, but we just didn't allow that to happen. It didn't matter who we were playing. That last stretch of the season was incredible from Georgia Southern on, and it was just an amazing season, amazing accomplishments.
Gentlemen, I know that you had a schedule that featured a lot of 1AA teams last year, and this year the schedule kind of ramps up a bit. Do you think you can match what you did last year, and what will it take?
Absolutely. I think it's more about us. It's not about who's on the schedule. We look at these offenses and what they do and their personnel, and a lot of them are similar. The players change, but what doesn't change is the work that we put in and the confidence that we have in our coaching staff, in each other, and that just that belief that radiates throughout this building. And I just know that that's going to translate on the field, on the practice field, in the weight room, and everything that we do in this program. And with that just gives us ultra confidence to just be whoever's on our schedule. It doesn't matter, 1AA, FCS, it doesn't matter who it is.
And I think Cedrick said it the best. I can't really add anything else to it. It's us who we have to worry about every week, and that's what we're going to do.
Thank you.
John, any questions? John Kikis?
Yeah, does this year, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Does this year feel different than last year regarding COVID?
It's starting to get back to normal, I would say. It's close to normal as it's been in a while. And yeah, I think, having a spring ball and the opportunity to, come into a situation where the defense, and now you can teach it to younger guys, and just to continue to grow in that. And then, just that, I would say, in that sense, it's sort of normal.
Yeah, I mean, we're still wearing masks, so I mean, that's that, but yeah, it feels different. I guess we're kind of accustomed to it. We kind of understand how it goes now, so I think that's the difference. Like, we're used to this. We've been here before, and we just know what we have to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I just had one follow-up. You guys mentioned the conversation you had after the 5-8 season with the team and the accomplishments that you achieved last year. What was the conversation kind of in your meeting room after last season about what you wanted out of this year?
Complacency and, being comfortable. That was a conversation we had. And the biggest battle that we're going to have to fight, that we had to fight this offseason, was complacency. And when we would see it start to creep in, we had to stop it immediately. And I believe that that's the biggest threat to success. And I think up to this point, our team's done a great job at combating that. And I think that we've put in the work, and we're going to continue to put in the work to be successful this year.
Yeah, and another thing is focusing on us. Coach Monken preaches to us, Army beats Army. If we follow our plan and we do our job, we'll win the game, and that encompasses forcing turnovers, running the ball, stopping the run, doing things in that nature. That's what wins you football games, and that's something that we weren't really focused on in that 5-8 season. We didn't look into the little things. We didn't pay attention to the little details, to not wearing a hat in the building, to just little things. Little things that we were able to correct each other on to gain that trust and gain that confidence in each other. So I think that's another thing that we talked about, but it's something that we learned from, and I'm glad it happened. And I don't want it to happen again, obviously, but I'm glad it did happen because it taught me something that I can take to my future platoon. Just things like that, everything's a life lesson, and that's what that was.
Cedrick, can I just chime in here? When you say complacency, were you talking about following last season?
Yes, sir. So I believe she was asking about how our conversation went about this season, like after this season. No, I think she was referring to this one.
But you're talking about after 2020, you thought the team was getting a little complacent. Was that complacency, or was it a long season and you guys were just tired?
No, not saying we were getting complacent.
Mhm.
Just I would say there would be instances where, we would feel like maybe a player or two would think, we've arrived, we've done something. And I feel like, yes, we can appreciate what we accomplished together, but when it's time to work, it's time to work. Like what you done in the past doesn't matter. And that's the message we preach to the team. And yeah, I wouldn't say complacency creeped into our program, but just that constant reminder, because I remember I was here as a freshman. We went 11-2, and I saw the standards slip going into a 5-8 season. And I don't want to see that happen after a successful season again.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.